Hello, everyone. We are finally back. So sorry about the radio silence for last probably month and a half by the time you see this. Combination of schedules and illnesses floating around the cast. I notice Matt is not with us tonight, so we didn't get everybody back. But hopefully he'll be with us next week, and we can get back to business as usual. But we're not dead. We're not gone. We haven't been defeated yet. Apologies for any coughs you hear during the episode. However,
or sniffles,
or anything
sneezes.
like that. It's fall. It's that time of the year. But hey, if you want to help support us through all of this, don't forget to like the video on YouTube, leave us a comment, subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow the podcast, leave us a rating and a review, share with a friend or relative. Follow us on social media at Rollers Guild DND on TikTok and Instagram, and maybe Twitter. There's a whole thing about how they want to force you to upload your government issued ID to keep your Twitter handle. That is not, I'm just telling you all right now, that is not happening. So if that ends up moving forward, if that ends up actually happening, I will pull the trigger and kill the Twitter, and at that point we'll be at Threads. Just because that's the easiest one to migrate to. So that's the official word. I have no clue if that will have happened by the time this episode goes live or not. But possibly also on Threads, also at Rollers Guild DND. Same handle as Instagram. Yeah. So, with all of that being said, let's go ahead and dive on in to tonight's episode. Content warning. Ravenloft as a setting can feature disturbing themes and ideas, and while it is never going to be our intention to upset anyone, it is worth noting. Specific tags can be found in the description of this episode. Last time, the party completed their task for General Drakov, which, as a reminder for everyone, was locating Bjorn Horstman, the Arcanist, and the weapon he was creating, dubbed the Annihilator. On the journey back to the city of Lakar, Nyx managed to attune to a piece of the Orrery of the Wanderer, specifically the Dimensional Loop, but was only able to attune after convincing the spirit of the artifact's creator, a lich named Lottie, that she was worthy. Arriving back in Lakar, the general officially released Diesel into the party's care. But while she is perfectly happy to use their talents to repel the upcoming assault of the undead, she was uninterested in strategizing with the party. before taking a well-deserved long rest, the party discussed your general distrust of General Drakov. And then finally, during her nightly meditation, Elina had a vision where she saw a hot spring and a woman tied to that hot spring by dark tendrils of energy. So that is where we left off. It is now the morning. You've all completed a long rest. So if you haven't already clicked that on your little character sheet, you can go ahead and do so. But as you are all sort of waking up, you hear a knock on the door of this small room that you have all been afforded during your stay here in the city. And you hear from the other side the familiar voice of Ivan. You're a friend and ally you have made here in the city, calling out to you. Good morning, comrades. When you have a moment, just would love to speak to you. Yeah, don't, make yourself decent.
What does he mean by that?
I don't. Well, I mean,
We're all sharing the same room.
I think he means for the outside people.
I sleep in my day clothes.
Yeah, I don't know. Me too.
Yeah.
I think we're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, with that, you can with that you guys can, go ahead and head on out. And yeah, you find Ivan waiting right outside. You're in sort of a cramped alley that lets out onto a slightly wider street. And you can see, there's already people up and about making their way to their day's business. Ivan says, good morning, friends. Good to see you all are up. So I've just received orders from the general that you all will be reporting to me come the siege in a few days, helping me secure the south gate specifically. So until then, of course, you can come do drills with the other troops down at the wall, but you all are sort of seem like you have a handle on things, so feel free to spend the next few days preparing however you see fit. I just wanted to let you know.
Yeah, I would definitely not count on most of us being in any kind of formation that
No, I wouldn't expect you to. You're not soldiers, you're heroes. And I intend to use you as such.
cool. All right.
Yes, I mean, just to give you an idea, I guess, what to expect. I'm essentially going to use you all as the problem solvers in the upcoming battle in the part of the city that I am in charge of. So if that is amenable to you all.
Sure.
Basically, problems happen, I throw you at them. Is that something you can handle?
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. We did that for a while. Most of us.
I mean, it's kind of our main job.
Yeah. That's how we got here. In a way.
Well, every horde assault on the city is a little bit different, but they're also a little bit the same. So just be ready to fight a lot of undead.
We can
Okay.
do that.
Great. Well, if there's nothing else, I am going to get back to my duties. I just wanted to let you all know. And again, in 3 days' time, South Wall, South Gate.
We'll be there.
Great. He salutes you all and heads off.
So, what's the plan about taking down the general?
Okay,
That's
no
why.
one. First of all, you need to quiet your voice about where you're saying that.
She's all the way back in the middle of the city.
We need to at least check out what she's doing. She was acting quite suspicious.
Agreed.
I'm so sorry.
Oh my God, Diesel! Were you in our room?
Yes, I was
Last
given.
night?
Oh yes, I've been here the whole time.
Been here the whole time.
I don't want to, step on your toes. If you got a bad feeling about the general, you got a bad feeling about the general. I'm just wondering, was she acting suspicious or was she not
Yes.
interested in a bunch of nobodies who did one good job from her dictating the entire battle strategy?
Bowmin, can you watch your friend?
Hey, Diesel. Just in general, they're sensitive, okay? They're not. Saying nobody's usually a no-go. I've tried to work myself around.
I'm not
The
saying your friends are wrong. I'm just pointing out that.
But to our credit, isn't the general always just suspicious? I mean,
I mean,
what's their end game? They're not from this realm. We know that. Like, why are they here? Why are they staying here?
there's a lot of people that aren't from here that are stuck here.
Well, it doesn't seem that she's seen as powerful enough to not be stuck here. But why is she stuck here?
Well, I don't know the answer. I'm not. There are some suspicious things about her. I'm sure.
I would still like to just make sure that what she's doing is for the good of the general population here. I understand why she might be weary of a bunch of travelers and might not want to divulge her plans to us, but we're here and we're going to be fighting alongside these people. So we may as well try to help mitigate any surprises in the battle prior to it really beginning.
No, I understand. I'm not disagreeing. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. I don't know why I'm sticking up for her. She was gonna have me executed.
I
That
mean,
is true.
Yeah, we were all thinking it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've been here a while. That does things to.
No, absolutely. And out of all of us here, you probably have the most experience with the general.
Yeah, what is your vibe?
Objectively.
Well, I mean, she's always been a hard ass. Very draconian in tactics. She really doesn't like deserters. People try to leave during the brief window where you can leave after the new moon. she doesn't care for that and hunts down. And,
See, and that's suspicious.
Yeah, that is suspicious.
Yeah.
but she says, and I have believed it, that every body is needed to protect this city, to protect the realm.
Diesel, do you believe it, or were you forced to believe it in your environment?
Well, look, I showed up here confused, wasn't sure what was going on, and I was able to make a difference. I was able to help prevent a breach of zombies through a weak point. It doesn't really matter all that much the exact circumstances, but zombies were going to breach the walls. I stopped them from doing it,
Mhm.
and I was celebrated. I mean, by the people of the city, by the general too, but more importantly, by the people of the city. I mean,
But
not
were-
everyone can just leave, I guess is my point. And I think that the general is in a bad situation where she doesn't know a way out of this that doesn't involve fighting the zombies. And she believes, whether correctly or not, that the only way to fight the zombies is through these draconian techniques.
I guess one of my main question is, as somebody, and I'm saying this out of curiosity more than anything. Why hasn't been the goal to find, instead of protecting the city or the inner sanctum of the city, to just get people out? It sounds like she sounds like a very smart individual. No one's disagreed with that. But when your back's against the wall and you have a door, a literal door that you can go through, why not use the door?
I don't know, maybe she's stubborn. Maybe she doesn't think she can get everybody out in the brief window that exists. Maybe she can't. I don't know.
Well, regardless, we probably should help the people here before the horde comes.
Yeah.
In Diesel, if you think we should not investigate the channel, maybe we
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I don't know. I'm just confused. I'm trying to figure out what. And
Thank you, Diesel. We do appreciate your insight.
Mhm. You are our insight into this situation. Like, we're brand new. We don't have any prior relationships with any of these people, so
Beyond the general, I also think it would be wise to look into Bjorn too. Just to catch up, see how he's doing. We left him in a pretty rough state.
Yeah, actually, Diesel, what's the healers like in this city?
relatively minimal.
Hmm.
I mean, there are a few. I'm sure Bjorn will get plenty of potions and such to get him back in, decent enough shape. It's not really a fighter, never really been a fighter, but that's not why the general keeps him around. So,
All right.
the general does have some, mages, as such, just not a ton of healers. They're at least not enough for, all of this. And, Diesel gestures at the stacked, tall tenement buildings surrounding you guys.
Also, does anybody know, like, who the person in charge of this whole realm is? Like, there's got to be somebody in charge above the general. Like, why aren't they doing anything about the zombies?
There's no one above you.
Like, even in the other cities? Or
There's the
I
other
know-
cities are burnt out husks. They're shells. They fell.
how the hell did all y'all get here?
There's no god for this realm?
Well,
Or lord, or
these are all different questions. So hold on. The cities, the other cities and towns, when the people, there were people who used to live there,
Mhm.
but at some point it just became too much to defend every settlement, so everybody got consolidated here in this city. Nobody
Okay.
lives anywhere else. As for lords, there may have been some in the past. The general's headquarters used to be town hall type place before she turned it into sort of the keep that it is now. So presumably at some point there were other rulers, but as far as I know, it's been all the general. Where do people come from? Some of them come from here. Some of them arrived when the general arrived with her army. Not many of them left, but a few of them. Fjorn is one of them. And some of them, like me, just showed up in the intervening years. Gods, there's a variety of faiths, but the gods, don't really intervene directly. They don't intervene directly anywhere.
No.
I was.
It's just that in some of the other areas that we've been to, there's been a top scary person.
And I'm guessing here the tons and tons of zombies is the
The
big
top
bad.
scary, or they're
Yeah.
coming from the big bad.
As
could be
far
true.
as I know, there's no one above the general in terms of who's
Are-
in charge.
Are there any
Okay.
books left? Like, is there a library?
I don't know. I'm not familiar with one. That doesn't mean there isn't one, but
Okay.
Probably going to probably know that.
Hmm?
Probably the guy we rescued.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So what should we do first? Do we want to stay together or do we want to split up to accomplish some of these tasks?
Well, okay, so what do we want to do? We have investigate general.
Yeah.
Investigate the general. We have just figure out what this place is and who's in charge. Why are there zombies? Does anybody want to train?
We don't need that.
But I'm also happy to train anyone in the city who might want training. If we can help
I do
increase
worry
our
that
chances of fighting.
I do worry that the general may see that as stepping on her toes.
That could be as well.
Good.
Does
Good.
anybody want to like Bowmin? You were asking about the healing stuff. Like, we also have what 3 days. So like this doesn't all have to happen in one day. We can
Yeah.
spend a day.
I'm kind of on the side of Diesel on this one. Like the general, regardless of what we find out about her, what are we gonna do?
We also probably could use her in the fight against the zombies. Like
Yeah.
we might want to take care of her
Probably.
after that.
Yeah,
Maybe, depending on what we find out, but if she's going to be an asset in the fight, I'm hesitant to eliminate a solid asset.
yeah, that makes
I-
sense.
I'm gonna be honest. I think what I'm gonna just focus on is just tend to the sick and wounded while we
Yeah.
have this quiet time.
I kind of want to go to the most vulnerable area, the area closest to the. I remember, Ben, you said that it's like multiple,
The outer wall.
the outer wall. Yeah, I kind of wanted to go to the outer wall and see the state of things.
Okay. Great. So sounds like we're splitting up. Are we splitting up into groups, or are we splitting up everybody individually?
If you don't mind, Jinarra, I'd be happy to go with you.
Sure.
I will also join you too. I assume probably the front line is probably where the worst of the sick, tired, and injured, and hungry.
Yeah.
I want to check in with Bjorn. So if you do want to investigate today, Nyx, we could talk to him and then try to see if we can maybe talk to some people that have been here for a while.
Yeah, I think that sounds like a plan. I don't really have anything that would help the sick and dying. So
Me neither. Just my good attitude and my charm
yeah,
and friendly disposition.
and way of winning people over here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good at talking.
We both are.
So good.
Artemis will tag along with the two of you to help offset.
Oh, good. Oh, good. We have
Yeah.
some charisma.
Thank God. Thank God.
You are gonna have to steer Artemis's talking points here.
Sure. Yeah. If we need
even
somebody to
just in
convince us of,
general
if we need to convince someone of something, that's Artemis's job.
But I will pull up his bonuses in those skills. So okay. And Diesel will stay with Bowmin. So great. With that, you all split off in your two different directions. And we'll start with the three of you going towards the outer walls. You make your way through the city now at ground level as opposed to from the tops of the walls like you did before. You wind your way through cramped and overcrowded streets, packed with poor folks dressed in, just basically rags, waiting in overly long ration lines, getting handed rusty weapons and shields as the city quickly prepares for this next attack. You hear the occasional stray cough. Actually, as you're walking down, as you're passing under like sort of an archway with a raised portcullis for one of the interior walls in your approach to the outer wall, you do pass by somebody who's like coughing like very badly in a corner, and they actually cough up a little bit of blood or wiping their mouth. And
that's easy enough. I'll just do it quickly on hands.
Yeah, do you try to like catch their attention, or are you just patting them as they go past?
I get their attention. I look at them in the eye and I say, "Do you consent for me to touch you?"
What? Sure.
And then I
Thanks. Right. Okay. Makes his way off. But yeah. Eventually you wind your way towards the outer wall at the southern side of the city. You know, the outer walls are thicker. They're a bit more impressive than the interior walls. But it is no less cramped and crowded here with buildings and carts. There's a small square here. Some people are like desperately trying to get more water out of a well that has clearly been like way overused recently. And waiting in line for rations and just generally trying their best to get in good shape. And you see kind of up at the top of the wall, you see you manage to spot Ivan is sort of overseeing the handing out of armor and weapons to a bunch of peasants. What do you all do?
Is there any chance I could like try to just find a small hut or a house that maybe has a bit overpacked of people that don't seem like they're in the best situation food wise? Because I could just create food and water and just hand out.
Yeah, Nate, make a perception check.
Wow, I gotta use first roll of the game, first roll of the month.
Let's go.
And that's you said perception?
Yep.
That's a 21.
21. Yeah, easily enough, you do manage to find a small, like very crowded hut with like a large family. It seems to be living in here. You know, you hear like lots of coughing in here as you sort of pull aside this basically blanket that's been put over the doorway. Because there's no door here. You see somebody turn and a man says, look, I'll be out for my assignment shortly. I'm just trying to check in on the wife and the kids. I promise I'll be right out for the assignment shortly.
I'm not here for that. Can you bring everybody out into the main room? I have a gift.
This is the only room.
Oh, great. I didn't know if there was anything else. I saw a curtain, but I know that is now a patch, that a hole in the wall. Got it. I'm just gonna cast create food and water. They have 45 pounds of food, 30 gallons of water. Everything's in containers, baskets, whatever. Yeah, everything lasts for the next couple of days. I think that's
This dude's face goes completely slack. What? Why?
Well, it's pretty simple. We're fighting the undead, and you can't fight the undead if you're a bunch of skeletons already. So.
Yes. Thank you. And the woman, the wife, comes over and starts like wringing your hand. She's like tearing up. The kids are already like tearing open some of the boxes, trying to get at the foodstuffs inside.
Well, enjoy it. I'll probably see you around.
Both of us. You will. The kids are obviously too young to fight, but thank you.
Can I just like repeat that for like the next two houses that I see?
Sure. Yeah, a very similar sort of yeah, very similar scenes at all the places that you do this at. Just people are completely speechless at this. They have no clue how such an act of magic is possible. And they are beyond grateful that you're just doing this for seemingly no reason.
I'd like to try something, and I don't really know how it's gonna work because it's a little bit weird. So I have the spell Aura Vitality.
Okay.
I was gonna try it, like, if I can cast that, it's a concentration for up to a minute, and I can use a bonus action to cause one person to gain 2d6 hit points back. So that would be like what,
Okay.
10 that I could help within like a minute
Yeah.
each time I cast it. So I could.
Yeah. So you do want to just burn a bunch of spells to do just a lot of healing, basically?
Well, yeah, because I don't really see a better spell that I can use that would
Yeah.
have like as much effect.
Yeah.
So I have 3 spots for that one.
Yeah. Yeah, that could let you.
So 3 minutes, so I could help 30 people.
You could help 30 people.
Okay,
yeah.
I'm gonna do that.
That's awesome. Great.
And just like, cause like it's anyone within like a 30-foot radius of
Yeah.
me. So like anyone that I see, I'll pick like the sickest first and like.
Yeah, and I don't need you to roll the hit points for this or anything. That
Okay.
would be crazy to have you roll 2d6 hit points 30 times.
I could get the computer to do it, but I don't feel like the peasants need.
I don't
much.
think that's necessary. Yeah, you go around, you find some clusters of people, particularly sick people, and yeah, you just start like putting out this sort of this aura vitality, this healing magic. And start trying to heal, trying to help some of these people. Do they know it's coming from you, or are they just feeling better?
I think some of them, like, I think it depends if they're like paying attention or not.
Okay.
That I'm not making it super obvious that it's coming from me,
Sure.
but I'm not also trying to like hide it.
Sure.
And it has to be people that I'm like seeing
Yeah.
to be able to make the
Yeah.
spell work. So some might clock it, but
Yeah. Yeah. As you go around, you see a few people like when they just feel their sort of bruises and cuts and some of the tightness in their chest like ease. They just don't shrug. They're not sure what's going on, but they appreciate it. Some sort of see you. They like catch something of this magical aura, just sort of nod, give you a little salute. But I towards the end of your bit of time doing this, one person, I'll say a young human woman, probably 18 or 19 years old, in fully dressed in armor, but clearly malnourished, is I'll say one of the beneficiaries of the magic, and sort of sees you and recognizes what you're doing, and she just says, I don't know who you are. I don't know what I did to deserve this, but thank you.
no thanks necessary. I just hope that you can live to see your city fight another day.
Two. This is I've done this a couple times, but this is my first time at the outer wall. A little nervous.
Do you pray?
Not really.
Well,
Could I? Does it help?
I find that it helps me in my day-to-day and especially in challenging moments. But
Don't
If-
even know who I would pray to.
well, I pray to the Raven Queen, and she has blessed me in many ways.
Raven. Okay. Yeah. Maybe I'll try it. Is there anything I should say to her?
Whatever's in your heart.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you. Yeah. Thanks. Stupid. And she shuffles off. Jinarra.
I am looking for the person who is really in charge in the outer wall. We all know the general's in charge of like in charge. I want to know who people are looking to for leadership, who they've chosen to be their leader in this area.
Well, for this section specifically, it is Ivan, who is in charge. You don't know if there's someone above Ivan and below the general that's in charge of the entire outer wall, but you know Ivan is in charge of this sort of south part.
Are the people like I'm looking for more information than anything? Are people like looking to Ivan for the leadership, or are they actually like going and talking to someone else? You know what I'm saying? Like we know who's been appointed in charge. I want to know who people will follow when their loved ones start dying.
Make a we'll call this an insight check.
I think it's like my insight that's bad or my perception that's bad. Oh, my insight's great. Okay, good. Oh, that's a 26.
Okay. Excuse me. 26. With that, you're examining, you're looking around. You see that, like, in terms of like the soldiers, everybody does seem to be, the soldiers seem to listen to Ivan in the way that, soldiers would listen to a commanding officer.
Right.
That's not necessarily a surprise to you.
Yeah.
Per se. When you're looking around the people, the peasants, there doesn't seem to be one single person that stands out to you as the person they go to. It seems but you're spotting in terms of like the social dynamics. The people here are just a bunch of like interlocking cells, right? Each group of people has a person within, say, their tenement building. Would be your guess, though you're not 100% sure if that's how this breaks down, but your guess would be each group of people looks to somebody in their family or their tenement building or their neighborhood or something like that as sort of a unofficial leader of that group. Usually it's an older person who has a little bit more experience, but not always. It's sometimes someone middle-aged that seems to be filling this role, but just standing back, watching for a little while, observing the dynamics of these social groups. You're able to spot, like, in this area 2 or 3 like different groups that are, they're interacting with each other some, but mostly just sort of all reporting back to each other. And actually, I will say, at watching Bowmin go in and out of a few households near each other, you see that like all of these are all the 3 places that Bowmin went to cast this spell. They were all sort of part of the same cell. All part of the same little community.
God. I'm going to just like low key just try to talk to some of these leaders and just say, I'm happy to help train your people if you want some extra fight training. But I also understand that might the sergeant might not appreciate that. But if you'd like some training, I'll be here tonight to try to help.
Yeah, you go up to one of these people, say an older individual, sort of steel gray hair, but still physically fit. I mean, as anybody can be in these malnourished circumstances. And they sort of say to you like, well, appreciate the offer. I've been doing this for a lot of years, so try to get try to teach the most important things to the people in our building. But if you've got some expertise and you're offering it for free, mind, we don't have
I'm offering it
money to pay you. We wouldn't mind a few extra pointers if you're experienced.
Of course. I'm gonna burn all my healing light, so I'll heal whoever I encounter who needs it the most, for 66, and I rolled 24 hit points altogether that you can dole out however you want.
Great.
I'm just gonna plan to be there in the evening.
Okay, with that plan for the evening, we'll check back in on that. We'll check back in on that a little bit later. Bowmin, as you finish doing your sort of casting of create food and water, Diesel sort of pulls you aside and says, "Hey, can you and I talk about something?"
Here, what's up?
What? They sort of lead you to not a a more secluded area near, let's say,
down like an alley or
down
something.
an alley at the base of the wall. And they're just like, what's next?
What do you mean?
For me?
Do you want to know what I want to be next for you as a selfish old man? Or do you want to know what I think should be next for you?
Both, because I don't know.
What I would want is for you to come back home. USEC is still there. I could get used to this. I have a lot of connections now, which is very weird to say now. Start over, essentially. You are, by government standards, dead. So it's a fresh start. That's what I want. what I know you should do next is whatever you want, which is either follow us into the mist and travel alongside us, or start a new adventure. I actually know a very, if you come back home, I do know a young adventurer that could probably use a good companion.
Oh, how would I even get home?
Well, you stick around, we're eventually going to be there. That is the hope, at least. Regardless, Diesel, nobody can make that choice for you. I came in strong and said that you're going to do this, that, this, that. That was for myself more than anything. When I lost you and Theo, it was a lot. It was hard. I at least found you again.
Zamark, I haven't been anything but a soldier. I mean, you say the war is over. What am I supposed to do back home?
Well, Yusek has her own bounty hunter business, and I know she's tried to get me to join. I was too easy, but sometimes a soldier needs to put down their sword and their shield. I have not had that opportunity, but you do. And I would really like to know what it's like. But if you want to stay here, that's your choice too. I would not suggest staying here, though.
Well, I can't stay here with the general doesn't want anything to do with me. I can't stay in the car as long as the general's here, obviously.
There's other realms here. It's not just this one. As I'm sure you've probably heard that from travelers.
Yeah, none of them sound ideal.
No, they all kind of suck. Not gonna lie. I don't think I've seen the sun in probably a month now. It's been kind of.
That's
Kind of a
it's
bummer.
up. It's literally above us in the
Oh
sky.
shit! That's the sun. Anyway, what you do next is your choice. You're free. You're free.
That's
And-
great. I could just figure out what to do with that.
I will be here as long as you want me to.
I know. I appreciate it. I just don't. I just don't know. I mean, I'm just so conflicted. I mean, these people here, none of them asked for any of this. But
No.
they're stuck with it. And I don't know, I can't help them the way you can help them, and I can't, fight endless hordes of zombies forever. I'll die eventually. Everybody does.
You did it for 3 years.
Wow. Even so.
That's if we're counting body counts, you've probably taken down more zombies than I have ever.
Well, I don't know that's that hard of a competition. How many zombies are you running into in Waterdeep?
More than you would hope. More than you hope.
There's a
Yeah,
lot of zombies in Waterdeep.
Okay, there was a warehouse. There was a owl bear, a tree. It's a whole thing. I've smelt enough burning flesh as is. Anyways, you can't. These people didn't choose to be here. They have a hard time leaving here, but that's not your fault.
Yeah.
I know that's hard. It's a hard pill to swallow. I mean, I've had 13 years since our group disbanded. You've had 3. The first 10 of those years, no one knew my name. We all
Well,
cope in a
they
different way.
all call you some silly ass new name now anyway.
Hey, I was never the creative part. I was literally in the bow of a ship. Someone asked for my name, and I said Bowmin, and they said, what? I said Bowmin, and there we go.
Wow.
Yeah. I was never creative, okay?
Well, you know,
I hit good.
yeah. Yeah, no one was paying you to be creative. That's fair enough.
Yeah.
All right.
I have a dog. We haven't talked. I have a dog back home. Not Hayes. This
Yeah,
giant.
not
the this giant
three-headed
dog.
one.
No. It's a 3-legged dog.
Oh,
His name is Lucky.
that's
I would really like it if he came home.
okay.
Think about it.
I'll think about it. Thank you, Bowmin.
You can call me Saber.
Yeah.
Or Bowmin, whatever.
I don't know.
works.
I think I might stick with Bowmin.
Son of a bitch.
They pat you on the shoulder. All right, let's get back to it.
All right.
Well, I'm just gonna say this too. I meant to do healing, prayers of healing, which is 6 creatures I can see. It's 2d8s.
Sure. Yeah, you can do that. Heal some folks. Great. So, investigation team. What are we doing?
Finding Bjorn first.
Okay. Because you don't already know where he's staying,
No.
you've got kind of 2 choices about how you want to accomplish this. You can try to find somebody who knows, which I would say would probably be like a persuasion check if you found the right person. Or it would probably be an insight check first to identify somebody you might know, and then a persuasion check to get the information out of them. And then I guess the other option would be you would have to get back into the like main headquarters area and like find the information written down somewhere. Which would probably be some combination of stealth and investigation.
I mean, I'm better at that stuff. But
I was thinking we could find Ivan. How far away is the south gate?
That's where the others went, so you could.
We could tag along with them.
follow
I
them.
was thinking we could go to the last place we saw Bjorn, which I think was, where was that?
Was that the key?
Okay.
He left right away. He was like, I have to go give my machine to something.
Yeah. But my thought was like, we go to the last, like when you lose something, you go to the last place you saw it, and then we ask people there. But we could ask Ivan. He's probably more likely to help us if he knows.
I mean, he seems to like us.
Yeah. We'll start with him.
Okay. Yeah, you go to the south wall, and yeah, you follow the others there. Go up to the top of the wall where Ivan is overseeing some training. Sees the 2 of you. Are you here to join us for some drills?
No. We had a question for you.
Oh, okay. Yes. I can help you with help my new friends with well, not anything, but I'll do what I can.
We were hoping you could point. We were very excited. Love that energy. We were hoping that you could point us in the direction of Bjorn. Dr. Bjorn? Is he a doctor? We just wanted to check in on him because, you know, he was looking really bad when we brought him in, and we just, you know, want to make sure he was all right.
Go ahead and make me we'll call it deception, because that's not really why you're going there.
Oh
But
my
we're
god!
checking on him.
What's Artie's deception? Can we steal that?
Artemis's deception is plus 15.
Are you?
I would
fucking-
like that, please.
Can we
Uh,
use that?
Yeah, Artemis can jump in and say, ooh, I haven't tried to do Artemis's voice in a long time. Okay.
I'm so ready.
Yes, of course. You know, we just wanted to, yeah, check in on him, make sure he's doing okay. I could give him some of my family's wine. I bet that would get him perked up real nice and quick. One of you can roll and add 15.
I rolled. Sorry.
No, yeah, no. you're-
I got a 21. I rolled a 6.
Okay.
So
That's still a 21. Ivan sort of shifts a little bit from foot to foot and is like, well, typically we're not supposed to he's very important. I'm supposed to just give out his address, but does like wine, and I'm sure he wouldn't mind seeing his saviors. Yes, he's and he gives you the address. It's near the central keep, but outside of it. So you'll find him there. He's got a relatively nice apartment compared to, he gestures to the city.
great. Thank
Good
you.
for him. All right.
Of course.
How far away is?
You make your way back across the city, takes some time. Yeah, you make your way back towards the keep at the center of the city. It is still like just as crowded here, but it's a little more ordered. The streets are still dirty, but a little less so. The people here are still malnourished, but a little less so. If there was an upscale part of the city, this is it. And if this is what passes for upscale here, this is a very sad place to live. Upscale here is probably at the level of the poor districts of Waterdeep.
Feels like home.
Yeah. But you find you go up to second floor of this apartment building, knock on the door. After
Shit, we should have brought flowers or something.
Yeah, we absolutely just went into this thought.
Wait, Marty, can you prestidigitate?
already on it. And he,
Artie, you're like really helpful today.
Yeah.
oh, I'm helpful every day, Miss Presswell. You know that.
Okay.
You want to know what I just realized? Our names spell out nap.
Nyx, Artemis, and why were you thinking? How were you trying to come up with a name for the three of us?
No, Nyx. It just
you were trying to-
Nyx. It popped into her head, but I was writing down our initials in my notes, and I was like,
Oh.
"Oh, nap."
Perfect.
As Artemis casts prestidigitation, gets the flower, pulls out a bottle of wine. The door is opened by a very haggard-looking Bjorn in sort of a night robe.
Oh shit! It's not early in the morning, is it?
No.
Okay.
Oh,
He's just been through a harrowing
yeah.
ordeal.
Hi, we just wanted to come say hi, check in. Bring
Artemis
you.
hands
you
the,
back
hands
yesterday. I
the
don't
flower
know.
and bottle of wine. Oh, and he's like struggles to lift the bottle of wine because he's lost a lot of, muscle
We
mass.
can. Do you want us here? We can help.
Artemis grabs the bottle back, carries it inside.
Oh, we're going inside.
All right. Yeah. Hello. Wasn't expecting to see you all.
This
We
is
helped
part.
you yesterday.
This
Yes,
is
I
part of
know.
our service. We do a check in the
Thorough.
next day.
We are thorough.
Mm-hmm.
How are you doing? How are you feeling? You look
Uh,
great. Good. You look like you are better than yesterday when you were
On the mend.
Yes. Love to see it.
Yeah. Thank you. Well, I would offer you tea, but even before the lab fell, I didn't spend a whole lot of time back here in the city. I was always out there, so I don't have anything in.
Yeah, no, we're full breakfast. We're all good. Don't worry about it. Do you need us to get you anything? I don't know. Actually, you know what? And I start emptying my pocket, my bag of my ration packs, and I'm like, here, you need food?
Oh, jerky, my favorite.
Yeah, it's
Thank you.
yep.
Oh, I got more if it's your favorite, actually. And Penny hands over some of hers as well.
Sustenance. It's good
Yeah,
for the
it's
soul.
important. It's important, yeah. What you were saying just reminded me talking about, back before things. How long have you been in this realm?
As long as the general, it's hard to keep track. It's been a long time, for decades probably.
Do you remember how you we're just trying to figure out just basic information about where we are
Yeah.
and all that stuff. So do you remember how you got here?
I'm gonna need a deception check from
Hang on. No, I am trying to that is the other half of this mission, is trying to figure out where the fuck we are.
Yeah,
And who's in charge.
but you're trying to play off what you're really asking.
Am I? Was I?
How do you know what she's really asking?
You can make a
I am-
persuasion if you would prefer.
I'd like to make a persuasion check to persuade you that I had no ulterior motives in this line of questioning.
You may make either or.
Persuasion or
Yeah.
Persuade
Ah!
Ben, that's a difficulty of 10, I want to say. Oh, plus advantage because you're his fiance.
Yes,
Yeah.
Kelly gets advantage.
Ooh, persuasion is a 12. For Bjorn.
I don't know why how we got here has any bearing.
Can I cast detect thoughts?
Yes, you may.
I don't want to probe because then they'll know, right?
Right.
Correct.
I just want the surface.
You get just a brief flash of what are they after? Why are they asking this?
I mean, we know that our friend Bowman's friend Diesel just actually I don't remember how Diesel got here, but
I think he just kind of showed up.
just appeared.
Yeah.
Bowman thought he had, died, but he actually just was here after a battle. So that just We were just wondering if that's a normal way of getting here, because we like we tried to get here. So we were just wondering if people are trying to get here or if they typically just show up.
I can think of a few people who have tried to get here.
Fair enough.
People just end up here through the mist.
But were you like in this? I don't know. Were you in Ravenloft beforehand? Or were you in?
I was with the general beforehand.
Where were you?
I don't see why that is relevant.
Let's try to get to know you, dude.
Here, okay. To give a little backstory, we're not even from anywhere close to here.
Nowhere close.
We're from, I don't even know. I couldn't even begin to explain to you planes or time or travel or how we got here, but we're from a place way, way, way far away.
Like, unless you were also from a place way, way far away, you wouldn't.
I could tell you, we're from Waterdeep. I don't know if that means anything to you. I'm sure it really, really doesn't. But we don't really know. I don't even know how Artie could help us.
Artemis turns on his hang on, wait a second. Hold on a minute. Would this dude count as a common folk?
Probably.
Okay.
Wait, in what context? For the purposes of a spell or of a feature? If it's a feature, what is the feature say?
The rustic hospitality.
Oh, so basically you're asking if he's a poor person?
Yeah.
Compared to the people of the city, no. He's the upper class of this.
All right, so
Artemis
Artemis does need to come in here and just, but like also a poor person, a wealthy person in this sphere is my level.
Yeah, but it's all on contact. All based on context.
Artemis needs to schmooze him to convince him that we're just trying to gather information.
Where we are
I will tell you. I will tell you. It is clear he does not want to talk about where he and the general came from.
That's
you. I mean, you can tell that without any insight check.
Well, can you give us like a general, like, did he come from this plane or a different plane?
And I am telling you that he is clearly being resistant to give you that information. But if you want Artemis to do something, you have to tell me what you want Artemis to do.
I don't know. Be Artemis.
Do that thing he does where Nyx and I are being poor and stupid, and he comes and he goes, haha, isn't it funny how my friends are poor and stupid? Me, of course, an educated rich man, I know how to talk to you. Because you obviously don't respect poor people or women.
Yeah.
He would do that thing where he's like, what my friends are trying to say if they had had an education.
Okay, I will I'm so sorry, Mr. Dr. Horseman. My friends are, they don't mean it. We're just naturally curious about the man that we helped save, and the general, she's rather impressive, and we just wondered if there were more like her out there, someone like that could be helpful in all sorts of situations. I mean, we gotta get ourselves one of those, right? So
exactly. Thank you, Artie.
I'll have one of you roll, I guess, deception or persuasion. Both are plus 15.
I don't know.
Do you want me to roll or do you want to roll?
I don't trust my rolls.
I'll roll. I mean, we are canonically the worst rollers
Yeah.
of
The
group.
Rollers Guild.
That's a 5.
Oh
So
no.
30-20.
30-20.
Yes.
It's I mean it's probably not that you've ever heard of. It's a long way away. You veer, I suppose. I haven't seen it in a long time.
Would you want to go back? Do you miss it?
Well, anywhere would be better than here, eh? But no, I am committed to seeing this war through, the general, one way or the other.
You seem very loyal to the general. You must have been with her for a long time.
Admirable.
Very long time.
Decades, you said.
Um,
How confident are you about your weapon working this time around?
My weapons always work. I am confident that should the general feel the need to deploy it, it will perform as designed.
you're a scientific man who studies data and such. Do you have any theories based on your experience where the heck these zombies are coming from?
Make a persuasion check. Not a super high DC this time.
Okay, 21.
I'm not sure. When we first arrived here, there were several towns, cities here in Volkovia, and then there were no hints when we first arrived of such a plague affecting the populace, and then come the new moon, the hordes appeared and eradicated everything, except what defenses the general was able to throw up last minute.
So, had the zombies been going on before you guys got here?
I got a 21.
Mm-hmm.
There are not many people alive still from before our arrival. A few of them who were children believe that there were always zombies. But as far as evidence goes, I have no hard evidence of zombie hordes before our arrival.
But there's like it's possible that these have been going on for like as a long time.
It's possible. It's possible.
And was this like the first new moon that you guys got here? There were zombies, or like, did you have some cool fun times first?
Well,
Like, was this place nice?
it appeared nice when we first arrived.
I'm insight checking him.
Have I gotten anything from detect thoughts, or does not have a running if?
Yeah, so make insight check from Nyx. What'd you get?
23.
23. With the 23, he's definitely he's being intentionally vague about the circumstances of his flight.
Right.
And Zuzu, you would know from the detect thoughts that he is specifically holding back the fact that so a couple of things have happened when he mentioned the place that they were from, Yaviri. On surface level thoughts, you got something kind of tumultuous, some flashes of images, hard to sort of make sense of them all. But there was blood, is the main thing. And then in talking about what this place was like when they first arrived, you get flashes of smoke closing in on the general's army, all of them suddenly appearing on a hill overlooking Volkovnia, and a very short war to conquer all of the towns and cities in Volkovnia.
Well, thank you for answering our questions.
Yeah, sorry if we seem like we're very pressing. We really did just kind of show up here. I mean, we wanted to come here, but the fact that we're in Ravenlock, we kind of just,
Why did you want to come here?
Bowmin
Diesel.
knew, Bowman's friend.
I think a fortune teller told him they were here.
Yeah.
Maybe?
And
Or a friend gave a letter. I'm getting something into
Bowman's is a very private person, even with his friends.
Yeah.
But we knew that this was important to him, so we wanted to come help. And now we want to help everybody here.
Kind of what we do.
Yeah.
Well, that is noble, but nobility, I will warn you, does not do much good against the undead.
Sure.
Hard choices do have to be made sometimes.
Oh, we know about that.
But if you'll excuse me, I need to focus on my recovery.
Yes.
Yeah.
Enjoy the flowers and wine.
I will. Shuts you out. You hear the locks sliding into place behind you.
Okay. I want to get out of this area. And then once we're in a safer place.
Yeah.
He had weird vibes.
I don't like him.
Yeah.
I don't like anything here. I just want to leave. If we didn't, I don't want to fight zombie. Why?
If we didn't have to wait until after the zombies
we'd be gone.
Happened. We can't leave until the zombies come.
I know that we're supposed to be heroic and nice, but I don't give a shit about this place. I hate it. It's terrifying. Everyone here that we've met has been mean, except for Ivan. He's the only one I trust, and the only one that I will be carrying out on the battlefield if he is getting hurt. But seriously, I hate this place.
Yeah.
I will also share with Nyx what I got for Detect Thoughts.
Wait, so they conquered?
I don't know. I don't do magic well, so I don't even know what that. I don't know, but I get bad vibes. I don't like the general.
Yeah.
I don't like this guy. I don't like the fact that they showed up here. Also, the fact that zombies may have only just started showing up when they got here.
Yeah, that seems like a defense mechanism against the general.
And the fact that there's almost no one around from before they got here.
Yeah.
We could have killed them all.
I betcha there aren't a ton of books around.
No, I'm sure not. I don't know.
Do we go find old ladies and ask them to tell us stories?
I get the vibe that no matter who we talk to here, it's all going to be like that.
Potentially.
I think this place has been shut down with any sort of free thinking. I mean, look at Diesel. Diesel was here for, I don't know, however long they were here.
Only a couple years.
And they already
I
have a kind of like, you know, the soft spot for the general.
Yeah. She's protecting them, but I do feel like it is her fault.
I'm trying to give her the benefit of the doubt, but I have no more doubts to give.
Artemis, what do you think?
Yeah.
You know, this is a tricky thing to figure out. That's for sure. You know, Miss Presswell, the thing that struck me about the what you were saying about the images you saw.
Yes, please extrapolate.
You said you saw them get swallowed by smoke and then they were here?
Yeah.
Oh,
The smoke is the bad guy.
that's not what I was
We
gonna say.
should kill the smoke.
How?
A big fan.
No, I'm saying
Maybe that's what the
Like
weapon is.
wings.
one might say that smoke and mist are not that different.
Right. So,
Typically.
oh, wait. Okay, I'm picking up what you're putting down.
So
Okay.
that's when they got
That-
here.
Yeah, and then they are the bad guys. The mist was like, you are too bad. We're gonna take you and drop you in a place. You're gonna do bad things and then cause bad things to happen.
Right.
Does wherever he said he was from, ring any bells? No? Okay.
None here.
No, I mean in my head.
No.
This is the question of the DM.
No. You never would have heard of this place.
Okay.
Can
What
I
about
roll a
me?
perception check on myself?
Is there anyone walking by that I could ask if there's a library or historical society?
Yeah, there's somebody you can ask. Hello?
Hi, excuse me. Is there a library nearby?
Uh,
Anywhere where important historical documents are held for access by the public?
Is there a place with really old books?
The only place I could think of that would have anything like that would have been in the old town hall. Now the general's
That makes sense.
headquarters.
Huh.
That makes
Got it.
sense.
Cool. Thank you.
So we
So
wait
we
a couple
can't-
seconds. So do we sneak it?
This is a day 2 thing. We
This is a
need
day
everyone
2
if we're, because right, I mean the general is something that is on our mind and
Yeah.
well, no, not everyone's mind. Because now I don't know.
I
Let's
think,
pick it
you know
up.
what? I think we honestly just need some lookouts And
I
then,
thought you were going to say, honestly, we should just sneak in right now.
and then somebody to sneak in. So
I don't. I'm gonna just cut it now. I think that's a bad idea. We've
I think
already
that's a
had bad luck.
fantastic idea. Nyx.
when has me sneaking in places ever gone wrong?
I don't have the time to discuss with you all of the times it has gone wrong. I think we should
Listen,
rendezvous with everyone else, talk to them about our bad vibes. I'm sure they're all, they're very focused and smart and driven. I'm sure they've already figured everything out.
while Penny was just saying that, after she has she's played down my ability to sneak around, I am going to attempt to hide from her while she is actively talking to me.
Mhm.
So, do you want me to roll?
Yeah, roll a stealth check.
Okay. That'll be a 34.
What do I roll?
That would be perception.
Okay. I got a nat 20. So that's a 24.
This is really good.
I rolled a natural 19, so I don't know if that
Yeah,
contributes anything.
34 and then a 24, but it was actually a nat 20. That is
I mean, it still beats it by 10.
yeah. Yeah, I don't even know if the nat 20 is enough to overcome that deficit in this case. So you turn for like just a second.
Or you blink.
As you're talking, Penny, you're like, I'm sure the others have already figured everything out, and you turn back and Nyx is just gone. You don't know where she is. She's just gone.
Nyx, I wasn't saying that you can't sneak around. I'm thinking about the times like when you tried to put money in my shoe and I watched you do it. And it was hard for all of us. We all had to learn something that time. So please, you are obviously without a doubt the best sneaker in our group. I'm just saying we shouldn't sneak into the general's house without the others because they'll kill us. Jinarra will strangle me if I let you do this.
I climbed down from her backpack.
Nyx, please.
Oh my god.
Okay, fine.
Let's just talk to the others first.
Okay. So, everybody reconvenes a little bit later in the day. Yeah.
So what did you guys help everybody? Is everybody okay now?
Yeah, I mean, we did some stuff. Jinarra's been going ham. She had a whole army that she was training, just
Damn.
a few moments ago.
I thought
Trained
we
anyone
weren't
yet.
stepping on the general's toes.
It said that if they would like some training after dark tonight, I am happy to give them some pointers for free. Not trading, just giving a few pointers.
Well, we're pretty sure that the general is the reason why the zombies are happening. I have a theory that the zombies are this realm's defense against the general.
Oh.
I will share what I learned.
Yeah, you guys recount the entire conversation. Artemis puts his own fears on it. Because of course he does.
So I agree we probably shouldn't. Well, I don't know. Maybe if we take out the general before the zombies happen, there would be no zombies.
I think the zombies are going to happen no matter what.
Probably.
The general has been here for decades.
Yes.
You weren't able to get a lot of information on what this place looked like before the general showed up.
No, because no one is alive to remember it. And we didn't get a specific number of decades that they've been here. It could be 2. And there's no one alive that remembers before times.
We understand how Ravenloft works. Is it safe to say the general is the realm lord here? As in, the general was so bad that they had to be engulfed into Ravenloft and got their own realm to be served eternity to. Similar how that old witch, the one that we killed, that Penny destroyed in the last round.
I would agree, but I don't know how Ravenloft works. And I will never learn. So
To the best of my understanding, that is what it seems like.
So even if we kill the general, they still could come back.
Yeah.
Right.
And the zombies will still be here.
Somebody explain to me how this Lord thing works.
oh
So-
my god.
So
I deadass thought that was Ben asking him. I was like,
No, Ben knows how the Lord thing works.
Artemis, do you want to explain to Diesel how the Lord thing works?
my
I
understanding.
want to see if you can do it.
So my understanding is that there are bad people. And those bad people used to live in another plane of existence, like how we all used to live in another plane of existence. And one day they do something so terrible that they get scooped up by the mist and plopped in this plane. And they get to make a bunch of innocent people's lives terrible for the rest of time.
But they are also stuck
But
there.
they're also stuck there, and it's also a punishment for them.
Yes.
But also there are innocent people who have to deal with the consequences of this terrible person's actions.
Sounds like whoever set this system up is
Not a nice person.
not nice.
No.
No.
I don't really know how the innocent people get here.
Well, presumably how everyone else got here. How we all got here, how Diesel got here.
Well, we got here on purpose.
Well, yes,
So-
but through the mist.
Right.
Yeah, Diesel, hell of a place to end up.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't exactly mean to end up here.
Okay, well, I'm just saying.
So if this is like a prison for the general, you think the zombies are like the warden?
It seems like it.
I
Or
would say-
their defenses.
I
It
would
could also be
say-
the general's punishment. Maybe they came from a place where they were a general and they weren't able to, I don't know.
if the general truly is the lord of this realm, the zombies are like, if this is a prison for her, the zombies are like the rats that come and chew on your skin in the middle of the night.
Yeah. Here's the thing I don't understand, though, is that the general seems to, genuinely care about the people here and wants to protect them.
Learning all the things that we learned today, my running theory now is that the weapon is not necessarily to destroy all of the zombies. It's possibly to either destroy all of us or to get out of this realm. Because the general can't.
Mm-hmm.
The weapon. The weapon can't. No weapon can destroy all the zombies at once, right? From what you've found, it sounds like it would destroy a district, which is devastating.
Right.
But I would assume it's a weapon of, last resort. If a district is
Gonna fall.
gonna fall, blow it up and kill all the zombies in that area.
Yeah. Somebody, the general has dedicated the last, however, an unknown number of decades to defending at least this city. I don't know how well she defended the other ones, but
Well, I think she took all.
All the-
I mean, I don't think there was much left. Maybe after they.
yeah, after the first one or something
So-
like that.
Assuming you're right, and the
Which-
general is the lord of this realm, the prisoner here, and the zombies are part of her punishment. Why do you think the zombies would continue to be a problem if she wasn't?
Because we've never done this before.
Yeah, we only killed one lord of a realm. Well, Penny did.
And it didn't really go very well.
No.
Yeah. And the realm didn't like disintegrate or anything. It was still
Right.
around.
I'm just asking.
Yeah. Well, the truth is we have no fucking clue.
Yeah, we don't know. We
Yeah.
we don't. We just want to leave.
Yeah.
Yeah. So but now we have to kill all these zombies. Yeah.
And we don't know, like, we have somebody who's been doing this for however many years. And there's still people here. I don't know if that shows that she knows what she's doing or if she doesn't know what she's doing. But she at least has experience. And I don't know. Do we kill her?
Oh, I'm down, regardless.
I mean, what if this is her punishment and she's like reliving something that happened in her past before? Like maybe she's been a general for a while, has killed a lot of people, but maybe also lost a lot of people, and now she's here and she's just kind of reliving her sad, miserable, violent life forever.
It would explain the fact that even the dead don't become zombies necessarily.
Yeah.
Zombies just are here. They don't necessarily have an
I mean, also, I think it's worth noting that until we are in the zombie attack, we'll have no idea kind of what this all looks like.
So
Yeah.
going in blind.
Diesel, is there any, like, in these zombie attacks that you've been a part of, do they, like, aim for where the general is, or are they just kind of generally coming at the people?
The general usually stays in the keep for most of the battle,
Howard.
unless, well, it gives her a view of the entire city, so she can send messengers out to shore up, force it to give orders and shore up defenses in other parts of the city. She's playing a strategic game from up there. If she needs to, she'll fight, and she's really good when she does, but she usually runs things strategically from the center of the city. So if that has any effect on where zombies go, I'm not. It would be hard to tell, right? Because zombies are just trying to get into the city.
Right. So, I feel like we need to go and look in her keep then.
Yeah.
Sure.
We're gonna go in.
I mean, I feel like it would, maybe she has a room that's locked full of old books. Maybe she has a personal diary that we could find.
We
maybe-
think we're gonna be able to get in here. Isn't it in the center of the city?
Yeah,
We got there pretty easy last time.
We weren't sneaking around.
I mean, maybe we could go and try to get in without sneaking, without breaking in, and just like,
Yeah. Hi, we'd like to see General Drakov 2 days before huge zombie attack. That is like her big thing.
we could not ask for her. We could ask for somebody else. I don't know who else is there.
I mean, not everybody needs to be doing the same thing.
Yeah, and also somebody could be invisible.
Mm. I forgot we can do that.
Mm-hmm.
We can do that.
Wow, we know a lot of tricks. Only some of us, though. Hmm. Hmm.
But I mean, we could always. I assume we still have a few hours left in the day. We could go scout the keep
Yeah.
and then see what the defenses are like and try tomorrow.
Sure.
Do we know how long Ivan's been here? Did we ask him?
Mm-mm.
You did.
Oh.
Just as a reminder, he told you he was born in Falkovnia. He was actually born before the general took over Falkovnia,
Okay.
but he was very young.
How old does he seem?
I don't know, 30s or 40s.
Okay, 30 to 40 years.
We should probably talk to Ivan.
Yeah.
He was a child when the general took over Falkovnia. He did say in his memory he thinks there were zombies before the general showed up. Whether that is accurate or not is a whole other ballgame. But
Also, like, why was Bjorn so like, oh, these kids say they were zombies, but I don't know. Like, why aren't we believing kids that lived here before him?
Yeah, I don't know.
Sketchy. Suspicious.
Yeah, like why did he say
to clarify, you got the sense from what he was saying. He was basically saying most of the people who are still alive from that period were so young from that period that their memories would be pretty hazy.
also, hang on, this is really suspicious. Okay, so with all of that information, why are there no people that are older? Like, being 50 years old isn't.
What? There are older folks here.
Where are they?
We saw some of them down at the wall.
So-
there are people in their 50s and 60s.
So
They may not have lived here before the general got here.
So why are there no people who are old who have been here their whole lives?
Because every month, tens of thousands of
Yeah.
zombies attack the city.
I
And
know.
everybody rushes to defend the city, and old people are more likely to die in combat than young people.
But are there any old people? Because they would be like super helpful right now.
I hate it here. I hate it here.
Are we saying that 50 or 60 is old?
Not you, Bowmin. No, you're
What?
you're
Now?
the time of your life.
Wait, run that back.
No, we're gonna walk right past that. We're gonna waltz right past that even.
Okay, so
I'm going back there tonight to train, and some of the people I was speaking to were a little bit older. I could try to ask some questions.
Yeah, just see if they remember, they have any memories of like before what were these zombie fights like before the general came? Make it seem like you like the general. You think she's cool.
I don't think anyone here is real. I think we're all having a fever dream.
I think
Honestly,
oh,
The last
asleep.
month has felt like a fever dream. So
I think we burned down in that last city,
Yeah.
and we're dead.
Oh.
And
That's
daggers
interesting.
dancing on our bodies.
I kind of hate how much that is likely. But also,
Right?
why the hell are we all conscious? Like we're spirits, we're lucid, and this is our afterlife together.
Because
We're being punished.
we are being punished. We're
Yeah.
being punished for all of our crimes. Because we've killed a lot of people. And lied a lot. And stolen. And
do
raided
we
bodies.
deserve to be here?
No, we're all fantastic people, okay? Look, everybody who died had it coming, all right? We killed a demon worshiper people. Remember this? He was kidnapping poor people and putting them in a maze with monsters.
I have no regrets about that.
Yeah, that one was the one good thing we did.
The one good.
Look at Artemis. He's about to like pep us up.
We're so
I went through a whole thing where I learned how bad the people in Waterdeep were, and now you're here being like, oh, maybe everything we did was actually bad to begin with.
Well,
I think
I
the
mean,
farther we are away from home, the harder it is to remember anything good that ever happened.
This is taking its toll mentally.
well, I don't think we're dead, really. I'm not kind of okay, maybe a little bit, but
Do we have
Inside.
any spells to know if we're dead?
I think you can just pinch yourself.
I go around and pinch everybody's like calf.
I'm gonna say Bowmin, do you feel this? And I'm gonna slap Bowmin.
Elina, I'll just say you know for a fact none of you are dead.
I'm just laughing at all of them right now because
Sure.
it's just more entertaining this way.
They'll
Yeah,
figure it
that's
out.
That's fair.
And after a while, I will say we're not dead.
Are you sure?
Yes.
How do you know?
Is there like a spell I could do, like 2 penny?
Ray's
That's a
dead.
great question.
Ray said it. See, didn't work.
Yeah, burn the diamonds on a.
I don't want to do that one.
No. Hold on. Let me look
Oh,
at your spell
that is
list
right.
real
Real
Bowmin,
quick.
I
real
did
quick.
die in that hut. Maybe I didn't make it out.
No, we definitely. I remember. Unless we all died
I think we all died in grief and shock.
potentially.
No,
Wow.
grief, maybe not, but shock, sure.
Ben, can you just homebrew a spell real quick that's proof to my friends we're still alive?
Should I just just calm emotions on the group because
Just
everyone's
do-
freaking
No,
out?
Honestly,
I'm not
honestly,
freaking
not
out.
the
I think I'm
worst
sitting
idea.
next to you, Elina.
You know, you could upcast Speak with Dead and say, okay, if this works, then you're dead.
Okay, I'll do that.
So you can upcast that at a 4th or higher level, and it doesn't work.
Okay. Just what my dream Elina would say. Or my dead Elina would say.
Anyways, if you want help
Okay.
scoping out the whatever.
The keep.
Yep, that one. I'll help you out, but I think I'm gonna make camp in the south wall tonight.
Okay. Should we all stay there?
Yeah, we should stay together.
You do. Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
All right. Well,
The south wall, the outer wall, you mean?
Yeah, the south
Yeah.
wall.
well, with plans to investigate the keep, maybe try to learn more information and camp for the night, the south outer wall, we are going to bring this very interesting
Emotional.
emotional first
Existential.
episode back, existential, yes, episode back to a close. We will see you all next time, which will hopefully not be so terribly long. Have a good night, everybody.
See you all in November.
Better be sooner.
Ah.
Oh, why would you put that in the world?
Bye.